Hello everybody, and welcome to week 18 of 52 weeks of Christmas. I'm Deanna, and today we're going to be working on like a little plaque, and I have to apologize because I got in creative mode and I started putting things together, but forgetting that I wanted to tape this. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of pine board, and this one measures 5 inches wide by 6 5/8 inches long. I've drilled 2 holes for a rope. You don't have to do that. You could put a hanger on the back if you like. This has been sanded and prepped for paint. So this one here is the same, and I fully painted all the sides except for the front, and I went in about 3/4 of an inch or so, and you can paint the whole front if you want. I just didn't see any sense in it since I was going to cover it with paper, so I went in off the edge a little bit, and I used Waverly chalk paint, plaster 60679E, and I get my Waverly paints from Walmart. That's the easiest place for me to get these. They're a nice paint. Good quality, nice and thick, nice to paint with. I've taken a piece of paper. That is my dog. It's from Paper House, and it was the birch bark. So I cut that at 4 3/4 by 6 3/8, so a 1/4 inch smaller. I then took my Tim Holtz little tool here, which cuts up the edges, starts roughing them up. You can use scissors. Just be very careful not to hurt yourself, because your other part of your scissors is down underneath, and I don't know if your scissors are like mine, but mine are very sharp, and you just pull that along that edge, and you get that aged effect there. Then what I did is, some places I tore a little bit, I might tore a little piece out like that, and then started making it curl. I take my finger. You can take anything. You don't want the blade, but start just pressing it and curling that edge up, and kind of bending it and curling it. I then took my Ranger antique linen, and then I just kind of ran that around the edges, just to take away that whiteness that I had created. Once I got it down to what I wanted, I then took my art glitter glue and then just glued it down, and I didn't go way close to the edge because I did want that to stay curled up. So that is how I created that. I took 2 different Christmas, I call them picks. They come in, like this. So this would be a pick. I took 2 that were longer. I have some white, and then I had that red and burgundy mix. And they come like this. So what I would do is just pull off one section right off of the thing. I just tear it down, get it off there. And then I just started weaving them together into a wreath. All right, so I think we can move on from there. So like I said, I twisted that into a little wreath shape, and we're gonna glue that down. Get my glue heated up here. So I'm gonna flip this over, and without getting it on my skin, I hope, I'm gonna hold it over here so it doesn't drip onto my paper accidentally. And then we're just gonna, oops, sorry about that. And it did, it got me. It's such a thin edge there that I'm trying to glue on. Basically 2 pieces of wire kind of twisted together. All right. Okay. Hold that down a second. I want to make sure it's set. You can also use something else to kind of hold it down. I didn't get burnt holding it down, got burnt trying to flip it. There we go. Right along the side of the thumb there. Oh, might blister. Maybe yeah, maybe no. Okay. I also cut some leaves, and what I did was I just took a piece of scrap paper. You can do whatever color you want. I wanted the white. And I just folded it in half and then drew out my leaf pattern onto it, just like that. And then I cut it out. This is kind of the end. It doesn't matter that that folds in there because leaves have that crease already anyway. So kind of just adds to it. So I wasn't worried about the fold line. Oops, let's get that in there. It was easier to do it from the top down because you're cutting into the thing. All right. Then I took my scoreboard and let's get this out of the way here. There we go. And I lined up the center of the leaf with one of the insides of the points there, if you can see that. So right like in here. And I run on an angle. And then I just kind of pressed down to create a score mark. Moved it. Again back in the, just in that crutch of that cut. And for each one there. And then what you get is just like the other leaf pattern. You see that? Yeah, there you go. So I did that for those. Took my ink and then just kind of, because this is such the brown tones, this is, I wanted to age that so it wasn't so stark white, because even the pearly whites on there are kind of more of a cream color. They're not really white. They're kind of, well, I guess they're pearly whites, I guess. And it dropped some glue right there. All right. Okay, so these I thought we'd just kind of glue in here and there. I don't know how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 or 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So we'll just kind of slide them in here and there. Oops. Slide that pencil under there to kind of help hold that up a little bit. Whoops. Cover up the berries. There we go. Just move this over to there. They don't all have to face in the same direction. And I do have this was taken from something else, and I just threw it in my thing, and I took glue and kind of glued the ends together so that they would, oops, I gotta move this one real quick because I have another idea for that very corner there. That'll work. Okay. All right. let's see here, maybe one down in here. Yeah, we'll just put one right down in there. Just for a second. I got some little pine cones here I thought would add. I like the pine cones in the winter things. Oh, the piece for the center is this deer. Now this deer is from Dollar Tree. I got it last winter, and I didn't like the glitter they had on it. It kept wanting to chip off, so I scraped off and got off what I could of their glitter, painted, and then this one's losing a little bit of glitter too, but it's just because I just did it. But there's a lot of the glitter was coming off. So I painted it white and then glittered it again. So let's go ahead and put that right in the center there. Let's get a big amount of glue on there. Okay, find the center here. And this we're going to hold for a little bit because of the amount of glue we just put on there. Ooh. And the little bit of glue that just squeezed out, we're probably we'll run some type of braided stuff around there, maybe some jute around there to cover up our hot glue that we just got out there, because the backs of these are not even. So let me see what we got here. See if I can do that right while the glue is squeezing out and hot. We want to start that at the top here. And the back. Oh, nope, it wants to cover it. So let's just let that work its way. Might need a little bit bigger. Yeah, scrape it with my fingernail while it's still warm. It doesn't damage anything. I don't mind that I can see that. There we go. Okay. And like this. I'll make sure it's straight. There we go. Okay, well that's setting up. We'll glue on some of our little pine cones. And I think with the berries and the things like that, these always go good. Add a nice winter element. Foresty element, I guess. Okay. Whoops, I'm not even on. My camera angle today is not very good. I gotta remember to get my hands in there. Oh, yeah. I brought it in closer because this thing is not huge, so I wanted to bring it in closer so it was easier for you to see. Now it's throwing me off, I guess. All right, let's see here. Maybe another one right there, like that. And as usual, we have glue strings. This little caption here is cut off from, typically if I have a sheet that's got like the little phrases or the little things on it. When I'm done with a project, I'll cut them all apart, and then I throw them in with like things. This was in with the Christmas things in a container. That way I'm not wasting them, because you never know when you might want to use some. And this colors match pretty good, so I put 3 small foam dots on there. We're just going to touch that right on there, like that. I typically do my outside ones first before I touch the inside one, just so it doesn't end up sinking in. We're getting there. Yeah, see? I think this will make a cute little hanger. Okay, I think that's dry. Let me see if I can get in there and get a little dab of glue for this here. There's a little glue coming out. I'll get that right now. Let me see, got that going around the edge there. This does. My leaves are in the way. Okay. Let's see how long we need that. See if I can get it back here and get an idea of where I need to cut that at. Okay. I'm just kind of looking back here to see. There we go. Cut it. All right. Now the hard part's going to be getting right back in here. This big old glue gun. All right. Sacrifice my fingers here. And the only reason is because it's hard to reach up underneath that head there. There we go. I'm just kind of holding it in place a little bit, letting it tack up. There we go. Now I got to cut this one here. Let's see here. Come on. All right. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, that looks cute. Gives it a little finished touch here. Let me see if I can get those other ones. There we go. Scrunch them out in there so it doesn't look frayed. There we go. All right. Put our leaf back down. Got our sign. This, I just left it as it was, and like I said, I just add some glue, so hopefully I'll be able to get a knot in each end of this. Which way did I want this? Actually, this one's got to go in this side. All right. Hoping I can get a knot in the end of this, but with all that glue and stuff in there, I'm not sure. And also, not sure if it's going to be long enough, but I figured I'd try it because it's something I already had in my stash ready to go. Okay, I got to start out further here. And then kind of slide it down. You know, I kind of save some of these things like this just in hopes, oops, I untied my bow. In hopes that someday I'll get to use them again. Sometimes I'll go through and I'm going to put some glue back there to hold that bow. Go back through, and if I haven't used it in quite a while and don't think it's going to be, then I'll go through and get rid of it. But typically, as many different things as I do, I can have them, but you know, you've got to limit how much you want to store, and it's good practical, I guess, you know. All right, there's that knot. Yep, there we go. Glue is still trying to dry in the back of that. Yeah, I think that will work. Hang that up. And like I said, you don't have to drill holes. You don't have to, you can use command strips on the back of yours, or just sit it, you know, just lean it up against something and on your shelf. I thought mine would be cute hanging, so, and that's what the back looks like then. Now I did get out my walnut stain, and get my walnut thing here. I thought I'd do the edges of this just to bring in some of that darker brown. So just touch the edges like that. The antique was too yellowy looking for this, so I thought, well, we'll just come in here and touch up, and you can do the bottom edge too if you want, just so it doesn't look so stark white. Kind of brings in the same tones as the if you can see it very good. There, you can see it better on that side. But brings in some of the same tones as the paper we're using. You can use any wood paper. I just happen to love that birch bark. I thought that was very pretty. And like I said, it was a paper house. And I know this is an older one. I very seldom buy single sheets from the store. But because I like this one, this was 59 cents, so hard telling what store I got it at. I honestly could not tell you. But it is Paper House birch bark. All right, that's it. I think that is good for the day. Nice little quick project. I think simple enough to do. You could also use, if you did not have wood or option to get wood, you can definitely use plaque, like Hobby Lobby and Michaels and themselves, some inexpensive pine plaques. You could do that. I just happen to have the wood source on hand, so that's what I wanted to use up. You could use a canvas, a small canvas if you liked. You just have to, if you're using a canvas, make sure before you press on the center of it that you set something underneath so you don't warp your canvas. So these usually work pretty good because they're about the same height. So find something that's similar in height, so when you press on this that you are not denting your canvas at all. So I think that's it for the day. Now, thank you for stopping in and joining me. And I would appreciate it if you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. And if you do, please hit that bell so you can be notified whenever I put up a new video. I do a couple videos a week, different things. And a thumbs up is always appreciated. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.